What is going on, you dirty playmat having duo? Today, gonna take a look at some new cards. Not gonna be a very long video, only a couple cards to take a look at, but there's some new cards out there, so I mean, I got an opinion on them, so let's go ahead and talk about them. So the first one is Dream Ball. You can play this card only if you took it as a face down prize card. So we're getting some cards that interact with prize card. Treasure Energy does as well, but we'll talk about that one in just a second. So Dream Ball, if you took it as a face down prize card, you can search your deck for any Pokemon, put it onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. So any Pokemon. So it could be a VMAX, it could be a stage 2, it could be a stage 1, it could be a basic, but that seems like pretty low value because you could just go get that with something else and not have to draw it out of a trainer card out of your prize cards to put it on your bench. So I wouldn't recommend getting a basic Pokemon. However, the other ones could be pretty interesting. The problem with this card is, one, it has to be in your prize cards, and two, there's no real other effect to gain out of this card if you were to draw it normally out of your deck. So first, you got to put it in your prize cards. Now, we are getting that supporter card that says, you know, draw 3 of your prize cards, put any 3 cards from your hand back into your prize cards. So that can help get the Dream Ball into the prize cards. But when that's your supporter for the turn, you still have to draw prize cards to then draw the Dream Ball and then, you know, use it, use the effect of the Dream Ball. But when you're not playing something like a research for your turn, that's severely limiting your potential to draw prize cards because you're not seeing as many cards for your turn. So this one is really cool. It's really interesting, and I would love to see more cards like this, despite the fact that I don't think this one is very good. I don't think Dream Ball is very good. I do think there's some potential for Treasure Energy, but we'll get to that in a second. Dream Ball doesn't seem very good, but cards like this are just really cool and really interesting and could make way for some really cool meme decks or fun decks. Get really creative with cards like this, and even probably more so in Expanded, of course, where there's that many more different cards you can put in play. So really cool card. On the competitive level, I don't think it's going to see a ton of play. Probably zero. I mean, some people might play it in tournaments. It doesn't mean they're going to do well with it, though, of course. You could get cheeky and play it as like a 1 of or a 2 of in your stage 2 deck, just to be like, I can get my stage 2 out now. So like anything that has a stage 2 in it, it could be cool in, but I don't see this being very good. Treasure Energy, I think there actually is a decent amount of potential, but it is a little restrictive because it is a colorless energy, and it says if you took this as a face down prize card, once again, coming out of the prize cards, before you put it into your hand, you may attach it to one of your Pokemon. Okay, that's great. Free energy acceleration, that's insane. However, it's a colorless energy, so that's where it gets really restrictive for it. Where does this fit? What deck could play this? There's not a lot that could take abuse of this, where they would rather not just have their own, you know, whatever basic colored energy you'd rather have in the deck instead. If you're playing a fire deck or a fighting deck or a grass deck, whatever, you'd probably rather just have a basic energy, because sure, if you could add the prize cards and it could excel to something that has like, maybe the attack cost is 2 fire and a colorless or 2 grass and a colorless, then it takes that colorless slot, but you're going to play probably 4 of these to try and maximize the chance to get it into your prize cards. Once again, we're getting that supporter, 3 cards out of your prize cards, 3 cards from your hand back. So that can help, once again, get this Treasure Energy into the prize cards. But when you find them at any other point in the game, when it's not in your prize cards, you're going to be like, well, I need 2 grass and a colorless to attack. And if you draw into 2 of these, it's not going to work very well. Maybe you have something that accelerates energy into play, that specific type of energy, like a Cherrim or a welder or whatever. This won't really work in those situations. So this one definitely is more viable than the Dream Ball, but it needs a deck that can be like, I'm fine with putting colorless energy in play on my Pokemon as my attachment for turn pretty consistently, because you'd want to play like 4 of these. Yeah, you'd have to find that. Now, the one deck I could see this working in, specifically post-rotation, is actually Mad Party. I could see this comboing with Mad Party with that supporter when you got the Poltegeist in play, drawing cards with their T-Break, you know, drawing those cards. It's less likely to have to play like a heavy draw supporter, like a research past like your first turn. You could play that supporter, draw 3 from the prize cards, put 3 back. It would help you find Mad Partiers that are in your prize cards or stuff like that. So that could be a really cool combo as well. And then you can put these Treasure Energy in the prize cards, and we lose triple acceleration energy. So with Mad Party, I could actually see this card being pretty good. And you could play maybe like 4 treasure and then like 2 or 3 capture energy and then the 4 twin energy, and that could make up for not having triple acceleration energy anymore. So in that deck, in Mad Party, I could see this actually working as being enough alongside the twin energy with some captures, probably, because you still need some other energy to attach for your turn to turn. And capture energy is just a really, really powerful energy card that's just really hard to utilize for the same reason as this. It's a colorless energy, which makes it hard to want to put it in your deck. And it's just hard to make it function well or correctly or whatever you want to say. It's just hard to make it work. Colorless energy are always very hard to make work. When you need those types, you need specific types of energy for whatever you're trying to set up to attack with. But Mad Party needs colorless energy. So in Mad Party, this could work, and this could keep Mad Party alive through rotation. Without this working in Mad Party, I don't think Mad Party will survive. But if this does work with Mad Party, Mad Party can make it. We'll have to wait and see. but I definitely see it. I could definitely see it happening. All right, the last card I want to talk about is this Eldegoss, and I guess we'll talk about Gordy here. The Smeargle and there's a Gloss of Floor. They're not very important at all. We're going to talk about this Eldegoss right here. It's got that Cotton Transport ability. Once on your turn, you may search your deck for 2 basic energy cards. And there's no drawback. It's a stage 1, which is, you know, you got to set up a stage 1, which is never great. No one loves it. Reveal them and put them to your hand. So 2 basic energies from your deck into your hand. I mean, if you're playing a deck that plays, I don't know, Welder. Now, the one deck I'm looking at for with this is actually the new Inteleon VMAX that has the ability to discard a basic water, put 20 damage on 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. And if you set up 2 or 3 of those, you're going to need quite a bit of water energy to keep it going, to keep those abilities flowing. But Eldegoss could be what that deck needs to keep the energy flowing. Now, we have other stuff like Training Court and simply playing a research and trying to draw a bunch of cards. But I could see like a 2-2 Eldegoss alongside those Inteleons to keep those abilities moving, because that really is what will keep that deck flowing, I think, for sure. The Inteleon deck can give them a chance to be a competitive deck. Is like, how many abilities can you use? We have Energy Recycler in the format now as well. We're going to get the Water Welder card. It can also work with Rapid Strike Energy, but I feel like the Water Welder card will be the better fit for the Inteleon VMAX. We'll have to wait and see for sure once we get to test it out and everything. But yeah, I can see this Eldegoss fitting really well with the new Inteleon VMAX. That's what I'm going to be trying it out in for sure. Like I said, Welder decks, like you could put this in like a Baby Blounds deck, like a 2-2 Eldegoss, help you find your energy more easily alongside Hearth. So that could be something there. But the new Inteleon VMAX is what I'm looking at for this Eldegoss. And then we have Gordy. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose as many energy as you find there, or choose as many energy you find there as you like, reveal them and put them into your hand. So it can get any energy card. I don't know what deck this really works that well in, to be honest. I mean, you can do stuff like get special energy so this can find you, you know, rapid strike energy and stuff like that, but you could just play an artillery line instead in your rapid strike deck, and that's probably going to be a little bit better. Or, you know, just play a research and draw 7 cards, and you're going to see the same 7 cards, but you'll not only get the energy, but get everything else. So it adds like a new supporter to the format. I don't think it'll be very good, but I'm glad that they're just printing supporters that do things that might have potential to be good later on. You know, come rotation, who knows? The format might change up enough where something like this could be okay. I'm not holding out on it though. And that's all I want to talk about. So that's it. Hope you guys like the cards as much as I do. Not a huge fan of the Dream Ball. The Mystery Energy looks cool for Mad Party. The Eldegoss looks cool for the new Inteleon VMAX. So I'm excited for that. We'll see how it actually goes when we get the cards and can actually play around with them, because that's always, you know, the big telling point is if they're good, we'll have to play with them and see if they're good. Otherwise, you know, they could be bad. It's never good to speculate too much, maybe a little bit, but then, you know, we have to actually get the cards and test them out. I'm not already pre-ordering, you know, for Eldegoss and for Treasure Energy right now. Personally. See you guys tomorrow.